Hey guys, welcome back. This is Allie the Creator, and welcome if you are new. This is the third and hopefully final part in our build tutorial series. So we are just furnishing the inside of this little house that we've created. We had a video where we built the house, and we had one video where we did all of the landscaping, so I will link those right here, and they'll also be linked at the end of the video if you'd like to watch them there. But I highly suggest watching those first. So to begin with, we are just going to pick out our flooring real quick and our wallpaper and doors. We're only going to be using base game for this just to make it a little bit easier on ourselves. So for our flooring, we're just going to pick a nice light timber because we want to do a light colored home. We're just holding down the shift key so it selects the entire room and press the button to click and put the floor down. So let's also pick down some stone just on the front and the back. We're just picking a simple stone, just something small and light that looks like it could be used. And while we're here, we're also going to add a foundation around the whole outside of our house because we didn't do that earlier. So we're just going to select a foundation and apply it, just a simple foundation all the way around. Now we've got that picked out, let's go back to our floors and pick out our tile. We're just going to pick out a nice white tile. The plain Jane floor is probably one of my favorites, so we're going to use that one. All right, and onto our wallpapers. Let's pick out a nice white tile as well. So the Pixel Perfect. I like this one better than the first one because it has like a white siding up half of it. Half of it's tile and half of it's like drywall is the word I'm looking for. And for the inside of our house, let's pick a nice simple texture. Maybe we'll put some wallpaper in the bedroom. And we can put a nice coloring on the outside. Actually, let's just do regular neutral colors. So we're going to do some gray in the main part of the house. And we're going to put peach in the bedroom so this can kind of be neutral. So while we're here, we're just going to pull out some doors. We're going to do some simple panel doors. So we'll put one here and one in the middle. Oh, actually, we should probably smudge this over a little bit and put this guy on the end. Even though they're both facing the same way, which isn't really ideal, I don't particularly like that, but it'll fit best so we can fit a toilet and a sink and everything in the bathroom that we need to. So now we're going to be moving on to housing. So my favorite way to build is to just go through the catalog and pull out the things that I need room by room. I know some people like to do it by these options here, which is like just objects by function, selecting which ones you want, but I actually prefer to just do it this way. So first things first, let's start with the kitchen. Oops, looks like we have some shrubs coming through here, so we're just going to nudge that guy away, and we are good. All right, so we're just going to make a small functional house, but we're still going to try and make it look nice. So let's choose some nice countertops. Maybe we'll go with these darker ones with the white tops. So we will put them here. I like laying out my counters everywhere that I want them to be. Oh, we should turn auto counters on. So let's lay out our counters everywhere we want them to be, and then we're just going to get rid of the ones and decide where we want to put, like our fridge, for example, which we're just going to put our fridge here right beside the door. We'll move this onto the other side. That way it doesn't block our fridge, and we'll put in a nice simple white fridge right there. Oh, maybe we should update it a little actually. Let's pick out this nice modern fridge, and we'll throw our stove on the other side. A helpful tip that I have is that you probably don't want your stove and fridge to be side by side. I don't think that's very realistic, and I just don't think it looks very nice personally. And we're going to make sure that we pull out a range hood for our stove. We want to have one of those. We're actually going to put a shelf on top of it, so we won't have to worry about moving it around too much. Let's pull out a sink. We're going to put right under the window. I like having my sinks under the window because I think that's where our sinks should always be. We'll pull out a smoke detector because we need one of those. And let's not forget our garbage can. I am probably the worst at forgetting those. I forget them all the time. So we'll pull that guy out. So now let's just pull out some cabinets while we're here, and we are going to turn auto counters off so that way we can pick and choose what kind of cabinets we want to use. So we're going to go with the same style cabinets and make sure they are in the same color. This is the same brown as we are using down there. So we're going to use a counter cabinet for the center, a center cabinet, and a smaller one for above the hood, and we're just going to snuggle this guy up a little bit so he fits in there a little better. My thought is that you don't want to be knocking your head off of there, right? So we got to just move him up a little. We'll pull out a smaller cabinet for on top of the fridge, and then just a nice simple one. I don't really like the things that are inside here, so we're actually just going to use a regular cabinet for the middle there. We're not going to put one above the window because I don't think it's going to fit up there, so we're just going to leave it blank, and we will put a curtain. Just a very small curtain, maybe some shades. I find in base game they don't have a whole ton of like nice looking curtains or shades or anything really. Well, maybe we'll just leave it blank. Honestly, I don't put curtains or anything up very often, so I think it'll be fine. All right, let's move on to our bathroom. So we're going to pull out a shower tub combo. I like using this one, the clawfoot tub, and we're going to just pull it out in blue. It doesn't really bother me that it blocks the window because I think that a lot of bathtubs, especially when they're not attached to the walls, can block the window, but that is just my opinion. We're going to pull out the Modern Relief toilet, and we'll put some walls up while we come in here too, because we're going to be putting in all the little things, and it's hard to do that while the walls are down. So let's pull out a nice modern looking sink, and maybe we'll get one that we can try to match a little bit to our counters that we have in the kitchen. So none of these colors really match, but what about this one? All of these have such funny colors, and you would think that everything in the base game would kind of be matching, but it's not really. Well, let's choose our second favorite color then. This is a nice wood tone, so we're just going to pick this one. So it's kind of like an old style bathroom, but I think it kind of works. I like it. So we're going to pull out this mirror. I really like this mirror. I find that it suits the cabinets. Whoa, the shadow on there is crazy. Let's get a different mirror. As much as I love that mirror, the shadow is going to drive me insane. So I really like that mirror because it looks like it has a medicine cabinet behind it, and I think that in such a small bathroom, that makes sense. So we just picked out another kind of fancy-ish looking mirror, and we are going to snuggle the toilet over a little bit. If we pay attention to the blue lines, or the green lines, sorry, while we are grabbing this, then we can see that they can still access it without having to play test it because the green lines are all the way around. That's a good way of testing things without having to actually test it. Pull out some toilet paper, and let's grab a hand towel. Let's just go with a simple pure white. While we're in here, we're going to put a robe on the door. Let's do some blue so we can match the curtain of the shower, and that is our bathroom. Maybe we will put a picture on the other side just to add a little something to this wall because it's looking kind of bland. So these birds of feather pictures are really cute, so let's pull those ones out. And we can even add two. There, so now there's a little something on that wall. Next, we're going to move on just to this little sitting area that we have, and we're just going to do a small living room in here. So I was thinking that we might be able to fit a fireplace in here, but it looks like it takes up way too much space, and that's just going to overtake the house. So instead, we're just going to get a small little console table and see if we can put one in there and kind of hover our TV on top. We'll put some nice wood tones up there and put our big TV on top so they can sit here and have all the fun they want. So next we are going to pull out a chair. I'm kind of imagining that only 1 or 2 Sims lives here, so I think it's okay that they don't have a whole couch. Maybe they want to do things outside, or they want to spend time with each other instead of sitting down and watching TV all the time. But if they do, let's make sure we pull out a comfy chair for them. So this one looks pretty good, but let's try and get an older style one. So what about this one? Looks nice, and we can get it in a light blue tone. I think that really suits everything. So we will put that guy there. We're going to put up the wall and make sure he's not clipping through too much, as it looks like he is. So just like that. Then maybe over in this corner we'll add a little footstool, but I don't, oh, we don't have any with base game. Never mind, we are not going to add a footstool. I'm sure we could find something else out there. Maybe we'll add a lamp into this corner. So let's pull out a nice looking lamp. This one even says it's a corner lampshade, so let's pull out that guy and snuggle him in the corner. And let's pull out maybe a rug and make this area look a little cozier. So we can find a nice looking rug and just kind of put it over here. I don't think this guy, oh, he will fit perfectly. So we will use that one, and it comes in a nice blue shade that I think we're just going to leave. This is kind of becoming a little bit of a simple looking house, but I actually like it, and I think that everything kind of fits together perfectly. Maybe we'll pull out a little plant to just put in the corner here, just to add a little bit more in this area. So it is a tight walkthrough, but you know what? It fits. And while we're here by the front door, let's pull out just a rug for the front door. I like to think that they need to like shake their feet off or something. And that looks pretty good for this area. I think that we are going to move this garbage can over and put it kind of under the window. And we're going to try and fit a small bookshelf in here. Even though this is a small home, I think that it's good to have lots of skill building stuff. So we can put that guy in there. And now let's turn back on our grid by pressing G. And we're going to pull out a dining table and some chairs. So again, we're going to go for an older style look. So maybe we'll get this round table and we'll get it in a light wood tone. We're going to pull out some nice looking chairs. These ones look pretty good. Wonder, oh, those browns match perfectly. So we've got our dining table and chairs, and we're just going to put that on an angle so it looks a little more natural and everybody can maneuver around. And lastly, we're going to finish up with our bedroom. So we're going to just click on our bedroom area, and we're going to find a nice looking bed. And I think for going for the old style that we are, we're going to pull out this bed. He's a little big though, but I think that we can kind of make it work. We'll just scoot it over a little bit into the corner so they can for sure get out this back door. You may have difficulties in this home having 2 Sims, but this should work from my experience at least. And we're going to add a mirror along this back wall. So this home isn't too crazy, but you know what? It works. And you just need a little simple home to play. So let's pull out a small nightstand. Maybe we can find a really thin one. The ones that came with seasons are the most perfect nightstands ever, and I absolutely love them. I don't think that old crate really matches what we're going for, but let's pull out this guy, and we can kind of shove him into the wall by holding down our Alt key and make sure he's not poking through anywhere. We look pretty good, and then we're just going to actually move our bed over a tiny bit so it's not really cutting through as much. Then maybe we'll pull out a nice table lamp so that way they can kind of turn off the lamp right before they go to bed. And that looks like a finished house. We can put an easel on the back patio maybe. Give them a few more skill building things. Got a nice easel out here. And we need to add some lights outside. So we're going to go out here and pull out our outdoor lights. These ones look pretty nice, and we're just going to put one above this door, and we will put one beside this door here, and maybe we will just put a simple bench out here. And maybe you forgot something, and so you got to sit down while you tie your shoes, or you just want to sit out and enjoy your morning coffee. So that looks like our finished house. Didn't take very long, and it doesn't take a whole lot. It's just a lot of maneuvering things around and figuring out how you want to set it all up. But I think that this house works, and it would definitely be playable. I'll post this up on the gallery, and I hope you enjoyed these tutorials. Bye!